How was your first flight, sir?
Beautiful.
Stone for President Trump today as he flew aboard Air Force One for the first time. He also gave us a rare look at his office inside the specially outfitted jetliner. Trump took the short hop to Philadelphia to address Republican members of Congress at their three-day retreat. And it looks more and more like the North American free trade deal is going to be scrapped today. Trump telling Republicans they've been getting a raw deal from Mexico, something that has to stop.
NAFTA has been a terrible deal, a total disaster for the United States from its inception, costing us as much as $60 billion a year with Mexico alone in trade deficits.
Trump took square aim at Mexico again today, insisting the border wall must be built and paid for by Mexico. Late today, the White House released a plan to slap a 20% tariff on all Mexican goods coming into the U.S. to cover the cost of the wall. Now, earlier, Mexico's president canceled a planned trip meeting with Trump. The U.S. president later claimed the cancellation was a mutual decision.
The president of Mexico and myself have agreed to cancel our planned meeting scheduled for next week. Unless Mexico is going to treat the United States fairly, with respect, such a meeting would be fruitless, and I want to go a different route.
So is that statement from President Trump completely true? Is it an alternative fact, a phrase coined by some in his inner circle in recent days? Well, today we're looking at the troubling trend of fake news stories and the driving force behind the phenomenon.
I can't imagine a democracy functioning well if people are not informed.
They're everywhere online. Fake news stories shared hundreds of thousands of times on social media, misleading and misinforming the public.
It is absolutely not surprising to me that people are being duped.
And now journalists who've built their careers on their credibility are coming under fire.
I will literally be reporting information the same way I've been reporting it for 25 years, and I now have strangers saying that's fake news.
Some believe the U.S. president himself is perpetuating the problem. This week on Twitter, President Donald Trump sounded off writing, "Congratulations to Fox News for being #1 in inauguration ratings. They were many times higher than fake news CNN. Public is smart." A claim ironically proven to be inaccurate by Nielsen ratings. Though that hasn't stopped CNN from posting a job for a real fake news reporter to investigate false news and untruths.
The most serious times in our history, whether they've been major wars or genocides, have been preceded by a deluge of fake news directed at opposition parties, directed at ethnic minorities. So it's how it's used that can be particularly dangerous.
Many believe it started as a moneymaker, but now the driving force of this growing phenomenon and its influence on democracy is raising the alarm. Today, a report released on the future of media in Canada called for a federal fund to track the challenge of fake news and assess measures for countering it.
Never has there been a more important time for us to be doing our jobs and to be demonstrating our worth to citizens and to be demonstrating the worth and the currency of facts and stories that are real.